Hello Year 5, and today's RE lesson we are going to continue thinking about special places, and in particular the three different religious places of worship that we have already covered in class so far. For today's lesson you are going to need your exercise book, a pen, pencil and ruler, and you may need some colouring pencils if you would like to add some pictures, diagrams or colour to your work. So the focus of today's lesson is that we are learning to explore and discuss what makes a place special, so that we understand different reasons why some buildings are special or sacred to people. So in today's session, I split it up into mini activities. So there are 5 activities in total, and you might be best watching the video in sections. So once we've discussed the first activity, you might be best going off and completing it, and then coming back and looking at the next one, so you're doing it in stages. So the first activity is all about special places, and in particular I want you to think about a place that is special to you. Now you can draw or write about your special place, but as you do I want you to think about the questions that are on the slide in front of you. So I want you to think about, in general, special places, are they outdoors or indoors, or can they be both? Do special places have to be somewhere that's outside, or is a special place somewhere does it have to be somewhere that's indoors? Also, do special places have to be buildings, or can it depend on the individual person as to what they think is a special place for them? Think about your special place in terms of, is it a place that you would want to have to yourself, or is it a special place that could be shared with others? And also think about why it is important to you. Now on the screen there you can see some different images. Now these are not anywhere in particular, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of, there's some outdoor places that some people may feel are special to them. If you believe in a faith or religion, you may go to a special place, to a special building. So what I want you to think about now is a place that is special to you. It could be somewhere that's inside, it can be somewhere that's outside, it could be a special place where you have been on holiday or where you have been with family members. It may have a special meaning to you, and it may be important to you for many different reasons, or it may be a place of worship also. So somewhere on your page I'd like you to draw or write about your special place and see if you can answer some of the questions that are on the slide in front of you to go with it. On the slide in front of you now I've just put a few different places of worship that may be classed as special places to people who follow those religions or faith. So on there we have some Hindu temples, we have some Christian churches, we have some Muslim mosques, we have a Sikh temple, a Gurdwara on there. We have other types of temples as well in different parts of the world, and these will be classed as special places to people also. So from activity 1 you should have a picture, a drawing or a brief description about your special place, about where it is, whether it is indoors or outdoors, why it is important to you, is it a place that you can share or is it somewhere for you to be alone? So for activity 2, to add to that now, I want you to think about how it makes you feel, your special place. On the board I've put 5 examples, you know how much I like the numbers 3 or 5. 5 examples of how a special place could make you feel. These are not for you to use if you don't feel in this particular way, but I've just put some examples there to get you started if you're finding that a bit tricky. So I've just put examples like happy because, thankful because, joyful because, comfortable because, safe because. You may feel different feelings at different times. For instance, if you're feeling really happy and you're in your special place, you can explain why. Sometimes you might go to your special place if you're feeling a bit sad, or you're feeling a bit lonely, or you're feeling a bit worried. Again, explain the reasons why it might help you to go to that special place if you feel that way, or explain why that special place makes you feel sad or worried or anxious or happy or comfortable or thankful. So to add to activity 1 and activity 2, so you should have your special place that you've talked about or you've drawn. You should then have added how that special place makes you feel. So moving on to activity 3, I want you to think about, in your lifetime, if you could visit one place at all, where would it be and why? So think about, in particular, is it indoors or outdoors? Why would you want to go to that special place, and how would that make you feel if you could go to your ultimate special place, or an ultimate place that you could visit? And also have a think about already, which special places have you already been to and why are they special to you? Now don't forget, your special place may be completely different to somebody else's, because it will all depend on the experiences that you have had in that special place and who you've had those experiences with and what it means to you. So there's no right or wrong answer to this, it's just which places have been special to you and you've already been to and why they are special to you. Alongside, if you could visit any place in your lifetime, where would it be and why? So now you should have thought about your special place, somewhere that means something to you. You should have thought about how that special place makes you feel. You should have thought about if there was any place that you could visit, where would you like to go, and also special places that you have already been to in your lifetime already. So now I want to think about what the word sacred means. Now, a definition of sacred means something that is holy, devoted to a religious ceremony, or simply something that is worth having your awe and respect, so something that you really look up to. Sacred is also an adjective which is used to describe a person or thing worthy of worship or something that is declared as being holy. It usually appears in a religious context, but an object or place set aside for a particular purpose can also be sacred. So like you can see on the slide there, some objects or artifacts or things related to religion can also be classed as sacred. So for the last part of the lesson today, I want you to think about the 3 places of worship that we have already covered in our previous RE lessons in class. I want you to think about the church, the mandir and the synagogue, which belong to the Christian religion, the Hindu religion and the Jewish religion. And I want you to think about what would be sacred about these places and write down what you think. Also, instead of just thinking about the buildings themselves, think about the artifacts or the objects that might be inside these buildings. Are there any objects related to each of these religions or each of these places of worship that could be sacred to believers of each of the faiths? And you can write those in your books as well. So when you upload your work to Seesaw, you should have 5 mini activities all with your work underneath. I look forward to seeing it all on Seesaw. Have a great day. See you later.